Hi, I'm Jennifer Bardot, and I'm the host today as we'll be talking about GRIT. And GRIT stands for Growth, Resilience, Intention, and Tenacity, which leads me to introducing my first guest, Linda, who was a contributing author in Growth. And I'm excited to have you here today, Linda. So tell me about who you are. Who is Linda?
Well, I moved to St. Louis right out of college, and I was going to stay here for 2 years and get some job experience, but I loved the community, and I'm still here now. Um, Being a part of the St. Louis community has given me the opportunity to run a mid-sized business. That was the bulk of my career. I ran a commercial flooring contractor and also to be a politician, which I'm not sure I could have done in my hometown of Chicago. It would have been a different experience, that's for sure. So I'm a former politician who has learned a lot from being an elected official. I'm a CEO of my own consulting company now, and I've combined my business experience and my government experience in a lot of the work that I do.
Awesome. And I know you shared a little bit about your role in politics in your chapter. So, what was that like to be the mayor of Clayton?
Well, it was really an honor. I was the first woman mayor of Clayton, so of that I'm very proud. And it was a challenge because I was running a company then. I mean, a fairly sizable company, and so everybody thinks that the mayor of Clayton is a full-time job, and it actually is a full-time job. But most people actually work in addition to serving their community. I always felt so honored that I was chosen, and I always remembered that the people of the community put me in office and that they were why I was there, and listening to them was my top priority, really understanding what people wanted. And when we and I talk about this in my chapter in the book, I wanted to hear people's opinion about things. I had a premise of what I was going to do, but the best decisions are made when you take a lot of input from other people, other perspectives. So,
A true servant leader. So,
a servant leader,
yeah,
that's right.
and obviously that's why you lead a trust or advisory group because you listen and you try to, make solutions based on what the needs are. So, I love your chapter because it talks about the impact that you strategically made here in our community with the smoking ban. So can you tell us a little bit more about your efforts there?
Yeah, that's the probably the thing I'm most proud of. I'm proud of my environmental and sustainability recognition and efforts and accomplishments. But what my passion has always been is public health and helping people lead, healthy, good lives. And so when I was mayor, what I did was I thought that it was important to have smoke-free air in public spaces. And one of the reasons that really tipped me over the edge, besides the public health issue, is that we wondered, we in Clayton, there's Washington University, there's Fontbonne, there's, Concordia, there's, right down the road, there's St. Louis University. All those students, were not settling here in St. Louis. They were coming in from other places and then going back there. And our own children were going away to college and staying somewhere else. And so we started talking to the young people and said, why aren't you moving back to St. Louis? And one of the reasons was because it was just seemed barbaric to have smoking in restaurants after they had experienced smoke-free air. And so we really took that seriously. What I did was I went to Jefferson City and tried to get some traction there, and wasn't a priority of theirs. I went to the county, again, not interested. So I contacted some inner ring suburb mayors, and they were all very interested in having a smoke-free region within St. Louis County. but they had to all drop out because their elected officials said, no way, this is too controversial. I'm not doing it. So I asked my board, the aldermen, if they would be willing to go smoke-free in Clayton, even if we were an island. And I am so proud of those people because they said, yes, it's going to be controversial. It's going to be hard to, to really do this. And, but let's do it. It's the right thing to do for public health. So they had the political will to do that and to make Clayton smoke-free.
And what a courageous effort. And I love this message because you had many people get on board and then they said no. But the no was never a never. You continue to find a way to make an impact, and you did it right there with your support in your network in Clayton, which essentially then filtered out to the other communities. So that took a lot of courage.
Well, I have an even better aspect of the story to share with you. What I was doing was I had been talking to Linda Goldstein while Clayton was going through this process, and the process took 8 months. We were very inclusive, and we respected people's opinions, and so we wanted to make sure we made the best decision, and by listening to the people. But anyway, so an eight-month process. But during that process, I was talking to Linda Goldstein, who at that time was an alderman in the Central West End. We know now that she was the first woman mayor of the city of St. Louis. But Linda was able to get legislation passed in the city of St. Louis that if St. Louis County went smoke-free, the city would go smoke-free. So I started working with Barbara Frazier, who was a county councilwoman at the time, and we were able to get the smoking issue on the ballot for a vote of the people, and it passed by significant majority of the people said that they wanted to go smoke-free. So first Clayton went smoke-free, then the county went smoke-free, and then the city went smoke-free. So it's like the power of more people when you collaborate and you work together. And one of the a man who runs a not-for-profit, it was called GASP, at the time, he said he wanted to honor us. He said, do you three understand that it took 3 women to make St. Louis, the St. Louis region, smoke-free? So it was really, I was really happy for it. And lest anyone think that I am, telling people they can't smoke. You can smoke. But to me, the issue was like drinking and driving. Nobody says you can't drink, but when you drink and drive, you impact other people. And if you smoke in a public place, you're impacting other people.
Well, that's just tremendous. And I love the fact that you talk about the power of collaboration. And that's essentially why I started these anthologies, because I think to truly make an impact, you have to have women come together and tell their story to alleviate that loneliness, but to essentially make change. And my purpose is empowering women. So I love that you lived out your purpose and worked in collaborative efforts to achieve great things.
Yeah, we can do a lot alone, but together it's much more powerful.
Which leads me to asking my next question. As a trusted advisor lead, and you're helping business owners make those really smart decisions and can build that collaborative experience, what's it like being a Vistage Chair?
Well, I have the Trusted Advisor Group, which is wonderful, and you and I have talked about it. It's people who are looking at professional development because they call on CEOs and business owners and do work with them. I also have a Vistage CEO Group, which has right now I have 13 members, so I could have a few more. But that, again, it's all based on collective wisdom. And I feel that was why Clayton was successful in getting the smoking ban through. It was about the collective wisdom of our residents, of our restaurants, our businesses. Not-for-profit groups came out and talked about other ordinances in other cities. And it's all about collective wisdom. So what I'm doing now with Vistage ties very much into that.
Yeah, absolutely. So is there any words of wisdom or mantras or quotes that you live by?
Well, anything that Stephen Jobs says is, I mean, to me, I use examples of him a lot in my consulting business, and his quotes. But one that I really like, because I was a runner for many, many years, is one by Flojo. She's actually the fastest woman in the world, ever. But anyway, she had this quote that was, "If I stop for every barking dog, I'll never get where I'm going." And I thought, isn't that the truth? If I stopped, if I got distracted, and if I listened to critics, none of us would accomplish anything unless we had, the vision to keep going.
Absolutely. I always call it pushing through the suck. You can't get distracted. You have to just keep pushing through the suck.
Right.
So,
The only way out is through.
yes.
And so, yes, you just keep going.
So is there anything else that you would like to share with us today?
No, it's just been a delight talking to you, Jennifer. And I appreciate the opportunity to be in your anthology and the Grit anthology. It's been a great experience.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much for sharing and for making an impact directly in our community and for being on Grit today.
Thank you.